guys, out with the Ace Apex again. We will see what we find today. Land a clad. Let's see. Alright guys, I'm on zero mode. My sensitivity is 2 bars down from the top, pretty stable. And I got myself a squeaker here in the 70s to mid 70s, and we are going to dig it and see what it is. Alright? Be back with you. That was a regular zinkin, and it was tucked in the sidewall. That was kind of annoying because at one point I even said it was like 4 or 5 bars deep, and I'm like, how is it that deep when I only said 1 to 2? But it was like kind of tucked on the side there. I was like, maybe I missed it. I didn't use the pinpoint. So yeah, we'll see what else we find. Just found another memorial scent. I believe it's from the 70s, so getting closer to the Wheaties range. So yeah, the machine's been going good for me. You know when you're on something. I did do the little factory reset, and I guess it made it less chattery if there was any chatter. I just did it for, giggles. But it's working well. I can't really complain about this machine so far. It's a learning curve though still, because I was getting used to the MindLab Vanquish here with the VDI on that, and I had my Garrett Ace 300 with the 0 to 99, and I've kind of lost touch with that. So learning curve, but I'm beginning to love this again. So yeah, so just a memorial scent, but we will keep going, keep checking and see what we find. Alright guys, I'm in zero mode like I said, working on learning the Apex more. I think it was like a 56, but kind of jumpy and a little bit of iron. And this was pretty, probably about 6 inches, 7 inches deep. And out popped this D ring, probably to a piece of equipment or something. I don't know. Looks kind of old. I don't know how old it is. I mean, these are pretty common, so I don't know. That's why it rang, and then it rang up high in the hole. I think it was like a 80, 81 at one point. Well, kind of jumpy though. It went back down to the 60s, and definitely tell the iron was there. So yeah, so we'll see what we find next. 53, 52 out of the plug. Then like a 62 at one point. It's a nickel. I think I actually hit it. A shovel. Not a big deal. Looks like a regular modern Jefferson nickel. Clad. Yeah. Huh. I don't see the year. It's a nickel. We'll take it. Right next to the nickel. Nickel was right under this clump. I dug probably about a 5-inch penny. Had a 70s, low 70 to 74, and out popped a modern zinc penny. Alright, on to the next. This one was pretty exciting until I pulled it out. It was only like 2 inches down, maybe 1.5 inches. 53 when it was in the ground. I opened it up, 52, and it was a nickel, but look how clean that came out. I was like, oh my god, maybe it's a war nickel. Nope, it's a 2003, right there. Oh well, it's still a nickel, Still money. Alright guys, I just hit something good here. I'm gonna show you. So I had like an 80 outside of the hole. And it went up a little bit, but when I popped the plug, which it was only like 2 inches down, look what I saw. I don't know what that is. It looks like a button. I saw a nipple or something. But yeah, there's, unless it's broken, like something's through it. I hope I didn't. I don't think I did. It looks like it's part of it, or there's some leafy design on the back. What is that? I have no idea what this is. Kind of excited. It looks like there's some gold gilt. Maybe it is a button. Oh my god, I haven't found a button in a long time. Wow. 80s. I thought it was a copper for sure. It might still be, but, or like a token, I don't know. There's a little bit of something on it. It's probably a button. I could be getting overly excited here, but I will take that. I'm gonna clean it up and we'll see what it is. I don't know, I'll put it in the description what I found. I thought it was a quarter actually, like one of those 60s quarters that come out black. Washington's there, 65 I think. But alright, well, hopefully something. It might just have a hole in it, but huh, cool. On to the next. Guys, I'm back in my truck after that coin or button, I thought it was, and it ended up being a Canadian 1 cent coin, 1895. Look how that cleaned up. It sucks that there's a cut right there through it, but and it went through the obverse obviously, but yeah, that's pretty cool because my first big copper was with my Garrett Ace 300, and I just used the Garrett Ace Apex, and you know, this is my first copper, big, you know, larger copper coin I have found with the Apex. So, and it's Canadian, just like my Ace 300. So I'm pretty excited about this. It will clean up beautifully. I'm going to try and flatten that out. A lot of people say, oh, don't touch it, you know, just leave it. Which, yeah, if this was purposely holed, I wouldn't care. But I'm going to try and fix that just to close up that little hole. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm happy, and hopefully we find more old stuff there. That area has been hit multiple times by multiple people, and this is only like, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 inches down. So yeah, hopefully there's more to come. But yeah, that's what I found, and I'll see you next time with the next episode.